Hey there, Nick from Mischief Sharp here, back with you. We threw this article up, I don't know, about a week ago, and through the concierge program that we have out, where if you're having problems with your sharpening or you're dealing with some issues with your knives, you can write into us, and we're happy to take a look at whatever's going wrong. But we keep seeing the same, or mostly the same problems come up over and over. So what I thought I'd do is I'd make this video for you so that I can address sort of the top three problems that we're seeing people have. Now, when it comes to sharpening, I've got to go into a little bit of the basics here. But a lot of this comes out of our 5-step checklist that you can pick up on our website. So after this video, just take a minute, run over there. You throw your email in there so that way I can get it to you easy. And that will get you our process on how we take care of our knives. So with that said, I'm going to dive into our top three problems that we usually see. Now, with any knife, I'm going to use the old whiteboard here if you guys are okay with that. When it comes to sharpening any knife, the number one thing that we see people have problems with deals with the bevel itself. Now, what is the bevel? If this is the edge of your knife, the bevel is that V. Now, what we see most commonly is people aren't using the right angle. So what do we recommend is to get yourself a small level and actually verify that whenever you have your either knife in the vise like we recommend, or if you're using a flat stone, use that level and make sure you're actually using the right angle to sharpen your knife. Now, what is the right angle? If you remember back to geometry class, we're going to take this total bevel, we'll split it in half. Now, the angle I'm referring to is this one. Right there. So, by setting that stone right, you're actually dragging the grit of the stone across the actual angle of the knife and not towards the flat face, which would be back here. So, if you notice that on your knife during your sharpening, you're finding a lot of scratches back in this area or right there, more than likely you have the wrong angle. So what I'd recommend is go back, take a look at the angle you're using. Again, use a level if you can. The systems we sell all are clamp-based systems, so that you can literally put the knife in the clamp so that it holds it level and flat for you. Set the angle, use your level to make sure it's on the same angle as what the knife itself is, and then you're able to sharpen away. Now, the second problem we see all the time is that people are trying to use one stone to accomplish the whole job. Now, that becomes a problem because a lot of the times people forget that these stones work a lot like sandpaper does. Now, if you were to go take a nice beautiful piece of wood and you're going to sand it down with an 80 grit piece of sandpaper, you're never going to get that nice finish you need right before you put the varnish on. These stones work the same way. So you have to step your way up in stones into finer and finer grits, and those finer grits help you to get a much stronger knife face itself, which will keep it sharper for longer, but it also helps remove the right amount of material and help prevent your jagged edges. Now, the third piece that we see a lot of the times is people aren't actually needing sharpening as much. They're actually needing to hone their knives. Now, with use, a lot of these knives, because the points of these edges are so thin, the knife edge can roll over. So give me half a second, I'll show you what that looks like. That is a rolled over edge. What that means is that with use, it starts to push the tip of that knife over just a bit. And if you've ever freshly sharpened your knife, used it a few times, and all of a sudden it's not cutting just quite right, this is likely what's happening. So what you need to do is take a strop or a piece of leather or something like that, and what you're going to do is put a little compound on it, and you're going to work it back and forth across the edge of the knife, and you're going to push the tip of that blade back into alignment so that it looks more like this than that rolled over edge. And so those are our big 3 problems that we see time and time again. I hope this was valuable to you. Again, what I'd love for you to do is go over and pick up our 5-step checklist. That way we can make sure that you guys are getting the best results possible. And if you're having any issues, feel free to let us know over at itsjustsharp.com. We've got the concierge team sitting there just waiting to see, are you having problems and how can we help you? So with that, have a great day. We'll see y'all later.